To celebrate the work of art that is the new Barbie movie, I'm going to be building the Barbie dream house in Minecraft. So I started off by planning out the main shape of the building. So I started with the main section where the door would be. Now, I use World Edit because it makes things quicker and easier to build. So you can just see here that I was planning it out with red wool, which is what I like to use. So then I tried out with different materials. I originally started out with a new cherry wood because I thought I could use it like that. No. And then I tried concrete and concrete powder. Didn't like that, so in the end I just went for just plain pink concrete. So now you can see here, as I'm zooming in on the door, started doing the outline of an archway. And then put a little door in the middle there with some glass eventually. Then I did these two windows on the side. You can see here, this is where I'm putting the magenta glass in. With some frog lights behind, because I'm not doing interior of a Barbie house. And then moving up here, I put two windows above. Now originally I was going to use quartz to do a little trim at the window, but then I decided to use the new cherry wood with a little quartz windowsill. Did it again here. Put a little canopy over the roof, some fences, give it a bit of detail. Put the glass in. Then I moved on to the roof. So I did a quartz trim to tie in with that Barbie theme. I ended up using these cherry ones. Then I just copy and pasted it up. I did end up doing that a bit too high. I reduced that a bit later. Put some quartz on the top there. Then I moved on to the second section, the extension on the side. So again I planned it out with red wool, put the pink concrete in. Then I added two windows just like the ones above the door with some little flower beds underneath. Did another one over here. Then I added the glass in the back, so it's not just a hole in the wall. Added in the frog lights. Then I added the roof of the extension. Now for this one I decided to do slabs to make it a little bit of less steep incline. Then I put the cherry planks to fill the gap. Then I went back to the main build and fixed up the trim on the roof. I felt like adding the quartz down the sides as well made it look better. So then the lazy builder I am, I just copy and pasted the left extension over to the right. It worked out. I just had to change up the trim on the roof there so it wasn't clipping into the main building. And extend it over on this side a bit. But I wanted this side to be a bit different. So I changed out this window for a little door, an alternative route into the building. Built a little staircase up. There's a cherry outline, little canopy over the door. I did end up changing that a bit later. Put some glass there with another little cherry door. Now moving on, I decided to do the little driveway bit outside the Barbie house that you see. So thankfully World Edit has like a circle command where you can just easily make a big circle like that. And then I did a little quartz trim on that. Then I made a little fountain in the middle. So it's typically what you see in a little Barbie house. Put an end rod on top so I felt it fit. Some slabs around it to give it a little bit of detail. And then over to the left here, I added another extension. So Barbie obviously needs somewhere to put a little pink Corvette. So gave her a double garage. Only simple solution. You see I was just cutting some holes for the garage doors. Cherry trim on it. Put some iron blocks as the doors. cherry buttons as the handles, and then some trapdoors. There's like a little window in it. Don't know how practical that would be, but I thought it looked good. And then I did the trim of this roof. I did mess it up a little bit at the back there, so I ended up having to go back and push it out on. Then filled it in with the cherry blanks again. Now moving up back to the main building, I decided to fill in this massive gap from the main building to the roof. So I kind of just left it. So I started up by building the trim up on both sides from the back. Realised it wasn't centered, so I removed that like I said earlier. Then filled in the pink. Then I decided that flat wall needed something, so I added a window in the shape of a B for Barbie. Put the glass in and the fog lights. So then this corner felt like it needed something to join the main house with the garage. So I don't know why, what possessed me to think this, but I added almost like a pillager outpost into the corner of Barbie's house. I mean, you know, you never know when she's needing to look out for something. So I added some fences up here with the fence gates around so she doesn't fall off. Then I added the little quartz trim roof with the cherry planks. And then coming down here to this flat wall, it was blank, so I needed to put something there. So I just added another little tiny window with the little windowsill and the canopy. Now down here back to the garage, I needed to connect it up to the main driveway, so I just quickly did that. And then over to the side with the other door, I need to connect that up as well, but because I was lazy, I used a weld edit brush, so I didn't have to place the blocks. And then I just added the quartz trim around it, and then put a little railing on the stairs as well to connect it up nicely to the trim of the path. Then I focused on these little garden bits in front of the house. Originally I was going to do striped moss with grass, but then I changed it out for green wall instead of moss, and I think it looked a bit better. And then I did it on this side over here as well. And then I added the flowering azalea bushes around the trim, give it a border, make it look a bit fancy. Planted some petals in there. Then I just went and spammed a load of cherry trees around, so it didn't look so empty. And then some bone meal. And that is my version of the Barbie house. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm so close to 1,000 subscribers now. It would mean so much. Also, I'm happy to announce I now have an official Discord server for you to join. There'll be an invite link in the description. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.